After chatting to the locals, the royals returned to Sandringham House for lunch. And what does that meal consist of? Darren McGrady spent 11 years as the Queen's personal chef.
The royal family gather for pre-lunch drinks at about 12:45, and then Christmas dinner starts at 1:15. Normally it's 2 turkeys for the royal dining room and about 6 or 8 for all the staff that need feeding too. First thing in the morning, the turkeys go in the ovens for between 3 to 5 hours. Then we've got to bring them out because we need the oven space for all those vegetables.
Grant Harold served the then Prince of Wales for 7 years and is a master of royal dining etiquette.
A lot of people worry that when sitting at a royal dining table they will have a whole array of cutlery and this causes a bit of panic. The golden rule is you always start on the outside and you work your way in. Make sure the index finger is on this part of the fork, and then on the knife it's just where the blade joins the handle. We don't scoop food up because we're not 2-year-olds. At the same time, we never point with a knife because we're not going to conduct an orchestra. We then close our mouths as we're chewing so we don't resemble a cement mixer.
Accompanying the turkey, it's mashed potatoes, lots of cream and butter folded into them, and nicely seasoned. The parsnips will just be sautéed or roasted, and then a little parmesan on the top at the end, just to finish them off.
When it comes to napkin etiquette, what we do is we get the napkin, we fold it in half, and for a gentleman, he will make sure that the crease is towards him and then place it on the lap. However, for a lady, she will actually have the crease away from her. This then allows the lady to pick up a corner, and then she can dab. Remember, we dab, we never wipe, and then place it back down to conceal any lipstick or anything else you don't want anyone to see on your napkin.
Don't forget the carrots and the stuffing and the gravy. They all come together to make this the most amazing royal Christmas dinner.
When it comes to salt and pepper, we take a pinch of salt and we place it on the edge of the plate. We then take what we need from there onto the food. What we don't do is we never sprinkle it across the whole plate because it isn't a fast food restaurant, it is a royal dining experience.
Brussels sprouts are on every Christmas dinner menu. With a little onion on top, some shredded bacon, they're fantastic at the royal table.
When drinking with royals, we pick up the stem of the glass and then we sip. We never ever actually put our hands round because we're not in the local pub. And at the same time, remember that we never drink out of bottles because we should have stopped this from the age of 12 months.
Normally, when it's a roast lunch, the meat's carved here in the kitchen and then sent into the royal dining room. But Christmas Day is the only day of the year that the bird gets carried into the royal dining room and is actually carved in front of every member of the royal family.
The dinner has taken hours to prepare, but the main course is over as soon as the hosts put down their knives and forks. And protocol requires everybody else to follow suit. But there's still another course to come, and for the royals there is only one pudding.
It's the Christmas pudding. The same recipe that's been in the royal family for hundreds of years. And with a little holly, it's off to the royal dining room, carried by the palace steward. They'll light the brandy just as he walks into the dining room, and everyone cheers.
By 2:45, the meal is over, which means it's time for these. Tom Smith invented the Christmas cracker in 1847, and the company he founded still supplies them to the royals. Inside are paper hats and toys, along with the traditional corny jokes. So which of these gags will be told around the royal Christmas table?
What did the grape do when it got stepped on? It let out a little wine.
What's bad-tempered and goes with custard? Apple grumble.
What sort of sentence would you get if you broke the law of gravity? A suspended one.
What does a clock do when it's hungry? Goes back 4 seconds.
How do sheep greet each other at Christmas? They say, Merry Christmas to you.
What do you get when you cross a snowman and a shark? Frostbite. That's quite good.
By mid-afternoon, the food and the jokes are over. Like millions of other families, the royals settle down in front of their TV for the most unmissable programme of the year.
The royals will usually sit down to watch the royal message, and after that it's tea and it's cake, and there is usually plenty of sherry as well.
Next, royal Christmas traditions at Sandringham. From the controversial
Pheasants are reared to be shot on these big game estates, and Sandringham is one of the most famous.
to the amusing.
What they used to do when the Queen was alive was always play games after dinner. The Queen was an excellent mimic.